Hello and welcome to the second episode of Fat2fit300. Now you'll notice that at the start of the video this time I put a few pictures of myself that was taken literally right before I recorded this. I'm going to do that every week, and the reason why I'm going to do that is so that we can see any kind of progression or lack of progression, I guess, over the next few weeks. And I think it's as much for me as well as you lot to see, because if I start noticing that the pictures are looking exactly the same every week, then I'm obviously doing something wrong and need to change something. But I found that it's a really good way, when I've lost weight in the past, I found that it's a really good way of tracking where you're at and reminding yourself of where you came from as well. You know, when I've lost weight in the past, I've kind of gone 3 or 4 months without looking at my first picture. Then you look at your first picture and you're like, whoa. So it's just worth, you know, doing that, and I want to show my progression, like I said, as well. So this week has been a good week, really. I've enjoyed the food that I've been eating. I've enjoyed working out. I've enjoyed training. I've run 3 times this week since the last episode, and I've been doing weight training as well. I've been to the gym, I think, 4 times for weight training. So I'm doing some form of exercise every day, whether that be just kind of weight, so like maybe a day where I do chest and triceps, or a day when I do back and biceps, or just going for a run in the morning on those kind of really busy days, you know, when you've got to be at work all day or whatever. And I found that it's helped me a lot in terms of getting up early, you know, getting my fat ass out of bed, getting some running gear on, and just going for a run. And I found myself being a lot more productive as well. And I think that's a mixture of being up early and you know, kind of in that active mindset, and also just feeding my brain with the right food. I just feel a lot more awake, a lot happier, and kind of much more willing to work than I was even 2 weeks ago, just before I started this. So one thing that did happen to me this week is my bed broke. Fully just snapped up, broken in pieces on the floor while I was laid on it. So if you ever need any incentive to lose weight, when the furniture can't handle where you're at, you know that you need to maybe start making a change. So the bed broke, so I had to buy a new bed. And assembling flat pack furniture is probably the best workout I've ever done. Probably the most stressful thing I've ever done. Definitely the most stressful thing I've ever done. But probably one of the best ways to lose weight. I honestly think if my job was assembling like IKEA furniture, and this bed wasn't from IKEA, so sorry IKEA, I didn't mean to have a dig at you, like you're watching. But if my job was just to assemble flat pack furniture all day, I would be the leanest guy around. I would be like Bruce Lee in his prime. I'd be as stressed out as like I'd be the most stressed out man in the world, but I'd be lean, I'd be looking good, but I would be just angry constantly. So you'll see at the start of this video anyway, I'm weighing in at 205 pounds at the minute. Now obviously weight's always very variable, dependent on when you weigh yourself in the day, and you know what you've eaten that day, and kind of just generally, have you been for a massive poo? If you have, you're probably going to weigh a little bit less, especially the size of mine. But you know, as a starting kind of roundabout figure, 205 pounds. Now I looked that up, and that does class under the BMI scale, which again, BMI is not something great to go by, but it's okay for a kind of roundabout area of where you're at. According to my BMI, I'm obese. Officially, clinically obese, which was a slight shock to me. A lot of my life I was actually underweight, So it was a shock to see that word. I think that word is something that we fear a lot in society. You know, the word obese, we relate to heart problems and diabetes and things like that. So seeing that word was a little bit of a shock. And I looked it up, and for my height, the average weight is around 160. Now I'm going to be doing a lot of weight training as well, so I'm not planning on becoming thin. So I thought I'd aim more kind of 165, 170, somewhere around there. I don't want to put an exact figure on it because I think it's all dependent on how your body changes and develops as it goes. You know, you could look at two people that are the exact same weight, and that could mean very different things, you know, depending on what their body type is. So I'm aiming for around 165, 170 within the next, I guess, 293 days now, because I've had my first 7 days of this 300-day thing. And I think it's an attainable goal. Obviously, that is a good 40 pounds, which is a lot of weight to lose. But if I can continue this diet and this lifestyle, and if this is something that I feel that I can do for the rest of my life, then I can see me losing that amount of weight in this amount of time. You know, I'm eating healthy, I'm training hard, and I'm getting my cardio in, and I'm breaking furniture. So maybe the more furniture, actually it's like some weird chicken or egg situation, because the more furniture I break because I'm fat, the more weight I'll lose building new fat pack furniture, I like that. The more weight I'll lose building flat pack furniture. So maybe when I stop breaking furniture, I'll start gaining weight again, because I'm not doing my usual, you know, flat pack training, the IKEA training plan. Again, I don't think any of my furniture's from IKEA. It's just an easy target. Sorry, Sweden. Okay, so I thought I'd talk you through my general diet for the past week, you know, what I've eaten. I won't go through every day, but I'll give you kind of a general idea of what I eat. So, first thing in the morning, I have porridge made with just hot water and oats, obviously. Otherwise it's just a bowl of hot water. So porridge made with hot water, and I put some peanut butter in there, just a tablespoon of peanut butter and a slight squirt of honey. That's actually probably my favourite breakfast, even when I'm not trying to be healthy. It's a really just nice breakfast, and it does keep you filled up, you know, for, you know, until kind of lunchtime or whatever. And it's great for if you're going to the gym as well. You know, if I have my bowl of porridge, you know, maybe half an hour before I set off for the gym, then I feel more energized at the gym, and I feel like I can do a lot more at the gym. So that's my breakfast. After the gym, I'll quite often have a protein shake. Now that's not always. That is probably something that I need to fix and make sure that I kind of you know, make that a staple of every day, that I'm having the protein shake, just because I do want to build muscle as well as lose fat as well. But I will quite often have a protein shake. My lunch is pretty much always a chicken salad. Quite often I go to Subway or Tesco's or whatever, and you know, Tesco's I'll go and kind of make it myself, so I'll buy some chicken and cook some chicken and get the salad stuff. But Subway, actually, their chicken salads are pretty good, and you know, as long as you don't fill it full of their, you know, crappy sauces and things that are just full of sugar and salt, as long as you do keep it reasonably plain, you know, it is quite healthy. It's quite good for you. So I do have a chicken salad pretty much every day, like I said. And then my dinner on a night, now that's varied quite a lot. My girlfriend recently got a book from a fitness internet personality called The Food Medic, and her book is fantastic. It's kind of a cookbook, but that would be underselling it. It's got lots of things in there, lots of things just about keeping a healthier lifestyle. In fact, I'll link that somewhere in the video. It might be like there-ish. I don't know. I can't see where my camera's pointing, so maybe it'll be there. I don't know. Might be there. Might be there. Might be there. Who knows? But I will kind of write that down for you, and I'll put in the description of the video as well. I'll put a link to that because that is a fantastic book. The other night we had like a Greek kind of thing. I had like a Greek meatball, like healthy meatball meal, and I watched Hercules, so I just had like a full-on Greek night. But we've also had the I can't really describe what it was. It was like a kind of like a bolognese type thing, like a tomatoey, like a spicy tomatoey, chickeny kind of meal, which was really nice. So her stuff's been, amazing, and I'm going to continue to. Well, I'm not going to cook from that book. My girlfriend's going to continue to cook from that book. I'm going to continue to eat the things that get cooked for me from that book. That I kind of sit in the morning and go like, yeah, I'll have that. And then my girlfriend very nicely cooks it for me when I get in from work. But that's been my diet anyway. So my evening meal's quite varied. I try not to eat. Well, in fact, I don't eat. Straight before bed. Once I have my evening meal, that's it for the night. So I'm averaging 3 meals and a protein shake. Now, I know the ideal thing to do would be to have 5 or 6 small meals and kind of space them out throughout the day. Do understand that. What I'm trying to do with this though is to create a lifestyle that I can sustain over many, many years. And I've never been able to realistically sustain this 5-6 meal thing when my job personally is a job where I work a lot of hours, so I kind of have to eat when I have time to eat, which I think is part of the reason actually why I put on weight very quickly, because if I don't plan ahead, that just means me quickly grabbing something from the shop, which we all know is never it's never healthy stuff, the stuff that you can just buy and eat there. So that's why I'm not doing the 5 or 6 meal thing. That's why I'm trying to make sure that the times when I am eating, I'm just eating something that is good for my body. And I've looked at kind of the amount of calories I'm supposed to be having, and I'm trying to do, around a 100 calorie deficit every day. I don't want to be at the point where I'm having like a massive deficit, because I know when I've done that in the past, I've struggled to concentrate at work, and I've struggled to actually train because I've been hungry or just tired. So around 100 calorie deficit every day, and keeping that consistent should, by my own kind of really bad mathematical calculations, but should work out at me losing the amount of weight that I want to lose. Okay. So if this is the first video you have watched that I've done, there is a previous video that does outline what my plan is over the next 300 days. If you have enjoyed this video, if you're interested in what I'm doing, or like I mentioned last week, if you are even interested to the point of thinking, I'd quite like to give that a go kind of with him as well, and kind of do this 300-day thing. If you would like to do any of those things, do not hesitate to comment below the video. Please subscribe and please share this around, because again, I want to build up a community of people that are interested in living a healthy lifestyle. Having people subscribing and people watching, it not only drives you forward in terms of you feel like you need to do it to kind of stick to what you've promised, but it also just is nice to see other people that are either in the same boat as you or that have been in the same situation as you. Make yourself known in the comments, because you might find that other people struggle from the same thing, and I certainly do. So by all means, it'd be fantastic. And of course, add my Instagram. I'll put my Instagram at the end of the video, like I did in my last video. I was going to say like I do every week. I've done one video that's, you can't really say that that's tradition yet. Maybe when I've done 6 or 7, I can say every week. But thank you again for watching. I'm enjoying it, and I'm going to keep you updated.